Welcome to Between Two Walnuts, the show that holds generations accountable to future generations and asks the real tough questions. I'm your host, Baby, and today on the show we have Liban, a communication and culture major who will explore the topic of food sustainability with us. Thank you for being here, Liban.
Thank you, Baby.
First off, let's discuss what the term sustainability means.
It's difficult to give a concise definition of sustainability as its meanings vary based on biological, economic, sociological perspectives. Most generally, sustainability is the ability to endure and remain diverse and productive.
What is sustainability important to discuss in terms of food and nutrition?
Great question, Baby. Sustainability is important in food and nutrition because our livelihoods depend on it. With unequal access to natural resources and means of production, we see an increase in ecological damage, social inequality, and cultural imperialism. We have new patterns of both excess and scarcity, which widens the socio-economic gap, further stratifying our society. Our challenge is to adapt the changing demands for food by reforming our methods of food production, storage, processing, distribution, and access to food.
What does this mean for our increasing population, which is predicted to reach 9 billion by 2050?
Wow. This increase in our population definitely strains our societies as consumption increases. Competition on food producers for land, water, and energy increases, and biodiversity is uncompromised.
What becomes compromised in terms of biodiversity?
Well, biodiversity allows for maintenance of human health and nutritional balance in addition to the sustainability of agriculture growth. It provides a buffer to environmental shifts by the damage to biodiversity, primarily due to land use conversion, over-exploitation, excess chemical and water use, nutrient loading, intensification of agricultural production systems, pollution, and introduction of non-native species.
What are the benefits of genetically modifying foods?
Genetic modification of foods is not a new concept, as it can create inexpensive and safe foods on a large scale for our growth population. Genetic modification allows us to obtain higher yielding and better quality crops with higher nutritional value and higher shelf life. It also increases species tolerance to frost, high temperatures, drought, salt, and the resistance to disease, pests, and parasites, which allows these species to adapt to climate variability.
What are the consequences of genetically modifying foods?
By homogenizing our agricultural crops, we experience increase in crop failure due to high stress environments. For example, if a disease is present among one species, the whole species becomes wiped out due to the identical nature and lack of diversity. Additionally, the long-term effects of genetic modification of foods is unknown and can lead to ethical issues in addition to the lack of biodiversity, including the creation of new allergens, antibiotic resistance, development, pesticides in insects, etc.
What are some of the examples of genetically modified food?
Currently, it is used on foods such as soybeans, bananas, potatoes, pineapples, and strawberries. Also, 3 commercially important crops, rice, wheat, and maize, contribute to 60% of the calories and 56% of the proteins people derive from plants.
Why is it important to have diversity within your diet?
Diverse diets provide beneficial effects against disease, morbidity, and mortality.
What is agricultural biodiversity?
The biological diversity that constitutes agriculture ecosystems is related to food agriculture is known as agriculture biodiversity. It is an interactive process between genetic resources, the environment, and management systems and practices used by farmers that allows for conservation and sustainable living.
What are its major challenges?
The challenge for agriculture is that it holds both the present and future responsibilities to food security, adequate nutrition, increased food production, and sustainable global livelihoods, all the while maintaining sustainability and efficiency.
What is food security?
Food security is an issue of improving yields of foods with major nutrients such as proteins and calories. This is important to offset the hidden hunger that most of the global population suffers from. Hidden hunger refers to the micronutrient deficiencies that somebody may suffer by not getting the necessary variety of foods needed to maintain the human body.
What do you suggest as a solution to this problem of food sustainability?
Solving the issues we face in terms of food sustainability requires change at an individual, social, and political level. Firstly, it is an issue of understanding that individuals' food requirements differ amongst people. They are not homogeneous. For this reason, we need to go back to our traditional means of production, which maintains biodiversity and allows us for greater nutritional and caloric value of food. In addition, we need governmental policy reform in terms of agriculture, policies, incentives, and markets. Finally, social change is needed to reforming consumption patterns.
Well, that's it, folks. Thanks again for joining us, Liban.
Thank you for having me, baby.
Until next time, stay sustainable. This has been an Oprah Winfrey production.